People that don't know, the conference tonight is on single-sex spaces in light of the Gender Representation Reform Act that's going through in Scotland. So the entire purpose of the meeting is discussing ways in which, trans people being in single-sex spaces is going to act on women and girls, which is obviously bullshit. This is part of the narrative that TERFs have been pushing for a long time. That trans women are predators, and that allowing trans women in women's spaces is going to result in a higher rate of sexual assault and violence, which is just bullshit. So if anyone, I would also say don't interact with the TERFs, same as police, like they're just crazy, and they are actually quite dangerous. But if any of them come up and want to start shouting like, oh, what are you doing? Like, we're feminists, like you're here protesting feminists, like feminists stand up for women's rights. They don't spend the whole time focusing on a minority group. If you go on Women's Place UK's website, they have nothing about anything else other than maintaining single-sex spaces and exposing the gender ideology to be harmful. So I don't really have any qualms with going there and protesting. So let's just let them know that. Yeah, would anyone else like the mic?
Alright, so you are going to have to walk up and take the mic at some point. You talked about gender ideology there. Gender ideology is part of a right-wing conspiracy theory that has been sweeping Europe, it's been sweeping South America, it's been sweeping Russia, and it's anti-feminist in the extreme, and it's one of the things that is being pushed by a coalition of the right wing and of anti-trans feminists around the world. It's absolutely disgusting, and this is the thing, it's not just about sexual issues, it is about trans issues. It's really important that we speak up for ourselves, but there's more to it than that. This is a part of, anyone can turn on the news and find out about like anti-wokeness things that's going on, everything's too It's bollocks. We all know it's bollocks. Now who's ready to speak up? Come on.
I just want to say like a little bit so basically I've been working a lot in Manchester recently and helping people and doing bits because I believe in equality and I think that's why we're all here. I started writing a book which is, but like I just want to read a few passages of it because it connects with what I need to say today. Basically, what is the problem? I mean, straight men that fancy trans women until they know, straight women who get gays but have never given any thought to what it means to be trans or queer, white gay men who think that Canal Street is the saving grace of queers and defend it like Heinz Cake. Any development. I think on a level, straight cis white people don't know what's going on. We really need to get it into their minds that all the terms LGBTQI+, the alphabet cult in their words. Someone called it the other day. It's all a bit excessive, isn't it? What does it all mean? Why are people so insistent on demanding autonomy over our bodies? Well, I want my own autonomy. Our lives and our communities are in disregard. And who gets to have an opinion on that? It's straight to the point, but it's topics that cause distraction to the cause. How can straight people and cis people be a blockade to all types of minority development? And how can they help us? Can't he? Behavioral traits of these people. Why doesn't my boyfriend get it? Men in general. These are just my notes, by the way. I just want to have a real my aggression. Pseudoscience, the dissonance caused by straight and cis people talking heavily about a topic they've never been involved in personally, and act as if their ideas are proximal to the truth compared to queer experiences. This links up to topics such as racism, where narratives are warped and degraded through history by colonizers, which I won't mention too much because I haven't experienced. But how can somebody ever experience something they haven't, is my point. Who should be making the rules, given the power on a subject? And what should be done about these intersectional issues? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to continue on from what I was saying earlier. I remind people that not only are TERFs not feminists, but Judith Butler spoke recently, wrote an article about it recently in The Guardian. TERFs are like fascists, like pretty fully fledged fascists. This is a fascist movement, and no fascist movement is ever going to topple patriarchy or, you know, achieve women like rights for cis women, because they're fascists. Which is exactly really why we're here, to go and protest against them. I think if you would all like to get ready, we might leave in sort of a few minutes, like 5 minutes, and start marching in that direction, and yeah, give them some noise. But yeah, like was just said, TERFs embrace pseudoscience. They reject any kind of, you know, like feminist science that draws links between culture and gender and stuff like this. Like, there is really no thought given to the majority of feminist philosophy when these TERFs are discussing the ideas of single-sex spaces. So let's fucking get them. Trans women are women! Trans men are men! Non-binary people are valid! Get TERFs out of Manchester!
I don't know how the hell
So, Charlie, could you hold this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They actually say, oh, how you're not allowed to have an opinion on it. But I'm like, I just want to, in the same breath, I go, let's get people who disagree out of where we are.
Hello, Manchester. My name is Yasmin Finney. I was born and raised in Manchester, and I'm a black trans woman. I just want to thank you all for coming. I see the love and I see the appreciation. In times like this, it's really hard to be queer and living in a society that is trying to get rid of us and that is trying to kind of fight change. You cannot fight change. We are growing. We're gonna keep growing. We're not going anywhere. And by the years, when we go by and by, we're just gonna be unstoppable anyway. So don't fight the change. Go with it. You know? It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes, Queen.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that I appreciate everyone being here. I'm so proud to be black and trans. And I'm not going anywhere. And if somebody would be scared for me to go into the women's toilets, what? Why are you scared of me going into the women's toilets? What do you think I want to do to you?
It's because you're pretty.
Anyway, can you all repeat after me? Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Trans lives matter.
Trans lives matter.
Trans lives matter.
Trans lives matter!
Thank you guys, I love you all. Have a good night.
There you go.
Sorry, I just took the microphone because I was aware of someone that hate crimed me when I was 15 years old. They attacked me because I was gay, and they attacked me because I insinuated they were too. They were just briefly stood here, and I think this person's involved with them, who's holding the phone. I think you are.
Me?
Possibly. You were speaking to his...
What? Dude, I'm here to support you guys. What the
Apparently you're a right-wing streamer.
What?
And...
You're a right-wing streamer?
Fred in the red jacket.
I'm
who
not a
was-
right-wing
I actually forgot his second name, but he was just stood here, and he was circling behind one of the speakers, just to be aware, our own safety, we don't have security here. I feel unsafe with him being here. He's known, he's trained in martial arts, so also that's, you know, a bit worrying for me. And apparently these are affiliated, they are talking to one another. So just to be conscious of that, and that's all I really have to say, thank you.
Love you, Jack!
I think I'm not a right-wing streamer. It's the guy's gone. The guy's not me.
Yeah, so off the back of that, if we're going to be going towards the Women's Place meeting after this, but on the way home, just everyone make sure that you group up, you're not left in really small groups, just be very conscious of your own safety. As for this protest, what a fucking amazing turnout. The people that were here to protest against it, they call themselves feminists. Yet when I look around this group, I see people here that have come out to fight again and again for different issues that affect women in our society. Those TERFs, they don't fucking care about anyone that isn't part of their fucking elite, guardian, greasy, fucking middle class ass bubble. They don't give a shit about real fucking people like us. We're out here fighting for the issues that fucking matter to our community. Fighting against police brutality. Fighting, showing everyone that Black Lives Matter. We will fucking win.
I'm just here to do a bit of a check-in because we are going to be going down to Women's Place UK, about a 4-minute walk. If any of you have any access needs, I'll be over. I mean, you can't miss me, but I'll be stood over here. I'm stood over here for any access needs, whether that's someone to help with physical aid, whether that's someone to help organise an easier route, whatever. So yeah, I'll be about. My name's Lola, by the way. I'm not sure I'm in there.
Hello, Sasha.
We have an offer of a car if anyone needs a lift over to the Mechanics Institute. So, relatively short window of time, about 2 minutes, and then that's your opportunity up.
Alright, in a couple of minutes, we're going to head in that way towards Manchester, the art place over there, the gallery, and then we're going to turn right. So, yeah, let's get hyped.
Everybody, get ready to line up and get on the march now. If you need access points, over there by Lola. Lola at the back waving hand up for us. For accessibility points, over here. If you need accessibility. Right, I'm going to get to the front now, and I want everybody to get behind me, because we are going on this march. We are showing Women's Place UK, and we are telling them that they can go and do one from everybody in Noddy, in Southland, in the Northwest, the entirety. Right, over here, follow me, big no public, follow me. Woo!
Sorry, mate.
Protect trans kids! Protect trans kids! Protect trans kids! Protect trans kids! Black trans lives! Protect black trans lives! Protect black trans lives! Protect black trans lives! Protect black no tears on our tear. Everybody scream with me. No tears on our tears. Trans rights are human rights. 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 Trans rights.
We have someone inside, covertly. They said it's almost so noisy you can't hear them, so let's keep fucking going. Thank you!
Women's Women's place, UK, are the place to hate. 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 And you want to know who said that? Scouts have said that. Non-union said that. Every trans and non-binary person and gender not conforming woman has said that. Women's place, UK, are the place to hate. 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 Women's place, UK, are the place to hate.
Feminism, not fascism! 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 If anyone wants to lead a charge, just hit me up! Fuck TERFs! Fuck TERFs! Fuck TERFs! Fuck TERFs! Fuck TERFs! Fuck TERFs! Trans liberation! Now! What do we want? Trans liberation! When do we want it? What do we want? Trans liberation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Trans liberation! That was way too hard! I'm so bad at doing chants, fucking hell! Trans rights! Trans rights! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? TERFs, get off our turf! 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 You're a fascist! Shame on you! 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 By the way, if I know there are a few people who wanted to say something, who came up to me. If you want to make your way to the front, we'll intersect our chants with some speaking. So yeah, if anyone has anything they want to say or a chant they want to shout or just wants to grab the mic to scream, go for it. Fuck TERFs!
Trans lives matter!
perv ideology is colonial ideology. The gender binary comes from colonialism and imperialism. And we will not submit. We will not submit. I'm here today representing our charity and Traveller Pride, which is included in trans, gypsies and travellers. So many of you here today from that community, we have funding, we have support, and we will not, like they can close the window on our rights. But that is not how it's going to go.
Trans rise now! 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 Trans rise now!
Trans rights now! Trans rights now!
Like Lola was saying, the gender binary is a colonial construct that was used to enforce colonial empirical rule on dozens and dozens and dozens of countries around the world that had completely different cultural ideas regarding gender. In fact, there are a number of countries that don't even have pronouns in their language until the British Empire and other colonial powers came in to strip them of that. Therefore, when Turks talk about single-sex spaces and policing single-sex spaces, we know that that is policing of the body, and the policing of the body comes down hardest on black people, on people of colour, on indigenous people. So TERF ideology is inherently colonial.
Just to add on to the end of that last speaker, there's a few things I think would like to have an idea about what might be on the agenda here today. I haven't got a copy of it, none of us have, unfortunately. Hello, but what there'll be keep trans women out of single-sex spaces. Then there'll be stuff about prisons. Well, actually, you know, I don't want single-sex prisons. I think we should abolish them personally, but there we are. And there's a little thing in English law called Gillick competency, and that was something that was brought in the 80s after a big case because it was about protecting the rights of young people and young women under the age of 16 to access to contraception and to abortion and family planning without their parental consent. Now, a few speakers have spoken about this, about there being a link with the far right here. And the link is that there is a worldwide attack on bodily autonomy, as we keep saying. So the people who are taking money from the far right, who are inside here today, are trying to destroy Gillick competency because, and that's what things like the Keira Bell versus Tavistock case was for. Now, the few other things that won't be on the agenda is, in terms of bodily autonomy, is they won't be talking about the attacks on abortion rights in the States. And they won't be, you know, because they won't be doing it. They won't be talking about cuts to public services that take away the space and the facilities for all women and all people who are under attack to access refuges. They won't be talking about any of those. I know some of the people in here. I've known them for donkey's years. I remember one of them particularly, you know, who I remember from when I was about 17. We're going back 30 odd years. And they've lost their socialism, they've lost their socialist feminism. They've attached themselves to a hard right ideology, and that's what they're here to do. So just remember, when they say that they're feminists, why are they? Where are they on our picket lines against the cuts in our services? Where are they in terms of fighting for bodily autonomy? If they're such fans of gay people, why don't we see them fighting Don't Say Gay in America? That's because they're obsessed with trans women, and that's kind of it. But I just want to get that across.
Hello, I'm so sorry I'm holding the mic again. I will promise that this is my last speech right now. Let me just put me placards on me. For those of you who don't know, there is a poor Scouser Emily Williams. She's 13 and she's a trans bird, right? And she is faced bullying and discrimination in school. She is coming home and crying every day to the point where her mother, Emma, has had to take her out and homeschool her. Now Emma is raising money for Emily in her homeschooling journey, and I've got the link here on my Twitter. If everyone can follow at MZEmma on Twitter and donate to Emily's fundraiser, because we cannot see poor Scouser Emily coming in from school crying every day because she's getting bullied for who she is. Protect trans youth! 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 Protect trans youth!
Did they just sell it at him or?
I don't know.
I like how nobody.
From those spaces, expecting them to be supported by what's an almost non-existent domestic abuse specialist sector for the trans and non-binary community. I'm here to say that if you aren't happy with that statement, which is live on Women's Aid Federation England's website, you need to go to their pages, their Facebook, and let them know that that is fucking out of order. I also want to say that I've run domestic abuse services for 25 years and more, and my service has had trans men and women in our multiple occupancy refuge for the past 5 years with no issues whatsoever. It's absolutely possible to do it. It just needs commitment and people to stand against the likes of Women's Place UK and say that narrative that's happening internationally is not the narrative we need to support people affected by domestic abuse. So please do go to Women's Aid Federation England, let them know that their statement sucks, and it's not what we want for our communities. We need to have proper services available to anyone who needs them. It's absolutely critical. Thank you.
Whilst we're on the topic of abuse, I just want to say that the TERFs themselves are like very bad people. It's quite common among people with the TERF ideology that they don't believe women can be rapists, which is a pretty mad idea. That's bi-essentialism for you. But more than that, the way that TERF groups operate is that they go into spaces, they find usually young cis women who've been through abusive experiences, abusive relationships, sexual assault, and gaslight them and say that, you know, men dressed as women coming into your spaces are the perpetuators of abuse, and are the people that are keeping rape culture alive, and you know, all of this stuff. We have far more in common with you than you have with men. Yeah, we have. The experience of a trans woman is very similar to the experience of a cis woman. You want to fight against sexual assault? Fucking so do we. And while we're at it, I just want to say, single-sex prisons, like, do you not just want to abolish them all anyway? Hey, Karen gave us a smile, she likes that. TERFs off our turf! TERFs off our turf!
turf! Turfs off our 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 turf!
Turf off our turf! Turf off our turf! Turf off our turf! Turf off our turf! Turf off our turf! Turf off our turf!
A reminder, please feel free to come up and speak or lead a chant if you'd like to. Yeah, we can do that. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards.
A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards. A-C-A-B, all cops are bastards.
Hello. So, knowing that single-sex spaces were being discussed lately, and specifically the issue of domestic violence spaces and refugees, I looked at some statistics. I've still got the tab open. It is from Stonewall, which I know the people behind me have their own issues with, but that's regardless. 16% of trans women experience domestic violence. That goes up to 21% when it's trans men. There are other statistics varying depending on if the LGBT community in general, people of colour and people with disabilities. The fact that they're trying to exclude us from the spaces that we need to expose domestic violence is anti-feminist. And that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
I just find it laughable that TERFs think that they're feminists. They haven't the slightest idea about gender. They go on and on about female socialization, and they don't seem to realize that gender is so complicated and socialization doesn't stop when you become 16 or 18 or whatever. We're all socialized into cisgender. We're all, society tries to socialize us into being cisgender, heterosexual, and so on. But yeah, and you know, binary, and it's really kind of shallow and doesn't understand how gender works to say that whatever you're assigned at birth, that's how you're socialized and that's how you're treated and stuff. I recently read an article, it's called Why Female Socialization is a Myth. I think it's by Devon Price, something like that. And they were talking about how, so they're a trans guy, I think, or maybe non-binary. So they were part of a debate team at school, and were like perceived as a girl at the time. But they were quite like assertive, they had typically masculine traits. And the judges treated them a lot better than they treated the other people on their debate team. Like I think there was a girl that was more feminine, like, and also a gay guy that was more feminine than this trans guy. And the judges would comment on the appearance and the tone of the other two team members, but they never commented on that for this guy. And I think, it's just like, if you begin to read any sort of feminist theory beyond, like, I don't know, like 100 years ago, or even probably at the time, you'll see that like socialization just doesn't, like, I don't get what they how they think socialization happens. Like, I'm a trans guy, and I've been treated like I passed as a guy and been treated like really good by my managers at work, and I've been treated by even the same person a lot worse. And like, that doesn't change my gender. It doesn't, like, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling right now, but it's kind of like. My girlfriend is trans, and she's had misogynistic hatred. It just, I think I've seen a comic. I don't know if you've seen this comic. It's like a picture of a woman, and she's getting like catcalled, and then there's like, it's like a picture of a TERF, and it's like, TERFs are saying that this is misogyny, and then it's like a picture of a trans woman getting catcalled, and they're like, that's not misogyny. It's like, that makes no sense. It's like, take a class about like feminism. Like, if you say that you're feminist, like, why don't you actually read any feminist theory? Like, Gender Trouble was written like so many years ago, and it talked about gender as a performance, and you know how multifaceted it is and how complicated it is. And I think people were talking earlier about like different cultures that didn't have, like, have completely different ideas of gender. It's like, all the TERFs care about is people conforming to cis heteropatriarchy. And it's kind of like, they should probably have a look about who's supporting them. There's so many misogynists who want to take away women's rights to abortion, to bodily autonomy, and they pretend to support lesbians and stuff. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, look at the people that are supporting you. Like, you've got all of the people that hate minorities and hate women on your side. That surely must give you a bit of a clue.
Fuck them.
Sorry, I've got like a couple more things to say. I've got a lot of things to say, but I'll try to pass the mic to someone else. My younger sibling is like, they're not out at school or anything like that, but they get both, they get called a dyke, they get called the T-slur, they get called like a retard and so on. Like, no one's asking them like, what are your pronouns? They're just like spreading, like, they're just throwing hate at them. It's kind of like, that pisses me off to no end. I'm so annoyed. I love my little siblings so much, and I want to protect them. Protect trans youth. 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 Wait, one more thing. One more thing. Transphobes up there probably pretend to support detransitioners, but so many detransitioners have spoken up about how they, support the trans community. They need like the same things as we do, like, sometimes hormones, sometimes gender therapy, sometimes surgeries. Like, I've got friends who have detransitioned, and I feel like TERFs will pretend that I really hate them when I'm literally still friends with them. It makes no sense. Like, we're on the same side.
Go on,
Hello
say
there.
what you want to say.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Laura, and You can find me on Twitter, now_being_Laura. That's my Twitter handle. So I just want to add something.
We couldn't hear you username, Laura.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I want to point out a really important thing.
Trans rights are human rights!
Trans rights are human rights!
Trans rights are human rights!
So I just want to point out something important, and that is Women's Place has been banned from Twitter for hate speech. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Women's Place have been kicked off Twitter for hate speech. It's quite hard to be kicked, a group to be kicked off for hate speech. Individuals, easy. Groups, hard. But,
Women's Place have been
so, one of the arguments that I hear against trans people is biology is really simple, it's basic biology. Well, biology, if you know anything about biology, is complicated. That's the reason why there are university courses in biology.
Basic biology. Try advanced biology.
So, in addition, one of the things they also claim is, oh, it's chromosomes and it's gametes. Well, the thing is, you see someone you fancy across the bar or something like that, do you think, oh, I better get a check on their gametes and their chromosomes just to make sure? No, it's not like this. And finally, I've got one last thing. It's not just trans people here, it's allies. And trans people need as many allies as possible. So thank you for being allies, and thank you for being here.
Women's Place UK are a hate group.
Women's Rights UK are a hate
Could I ask you to go to the side?
Women's Rights UK are a hate group. Women's Rights UK are a hate
We're going home off Ireland.
Women's Rights UK are a hate group. 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 Women's Rights UK are a hate group.
Oh, you remember my name? Hello everyone. Hello. My name's Paul. Hello. Hello. Hey. I'm actually a trans ally. I was actually outside Central Library before, just actually hanging out with my friends. But I'm actually a former photojournalist as well, so when I saw there was a protest going on... We can't hear you. Oh, sorry! If I speak any louder, I'll crack windows. You're a bunch of wankers! You're a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! It's so right to get out of the chest. When I saw there was a protest going on, I stayed behind because that's what I do. When I saw the protest, I'm a former photojournalist, so I did what I actually do and photograph. And listening to people tonight, I'm actually massively out of my comfort zone at the moment. I'm actually shaking. But one thing I believe in is
in love. I believe in love. I've not experienced much of it because of bullshit, but there you go. But basically, I'm a mentally psychotic individual. But, one thing I've learned throughout my life, and there's been a lot of hurt in my life, hurt breeds hurt. That hurt turns to anger, that anger turns to hate. But if you just add a random act of kindness, whether it be a hello or a hug or something like that, that turns into love. And the thing what matters most is that there are people here tonight, different genders, different ideologies, different coloured skin. It all doesn't matter. None of it matters, and that's what those pricks up there should fucking realise! What happens at the end of the day is that we're all on this fucking planet together, and we're together united in love. So, if they want to be TERFs, let them be TERFs. Go up to them and just give them a fucking hug. That'll really, really wind them up. Because love will always, always overcome hate. That's all I've got to say. You're fucking wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers!
You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers! You're all a bunch of wankers!
Ooh, can you hear me? Hi, my name's Helena. I'm an autistic. Hi, I'm an autistic lesbian. Yeah, I scare women more than I attract. Tell me, I'm a scary bitch. But honestly, this is my first protest tonight, and I'm so fucking scared. Honestly, as an autistic person, like, I may not be trans, but people think I'm non-binary. I'm not, and it's like, well, short hair, somehow I'm apparently now non-binary, but when I had long hair, apparently I ain't, you know, all that kind of shit, so that's weird. But like, honestly, the trans community, and especially I've been friends with so many trans men, and honestly, they are the best type of people I've ever fucking met. Trans men are men, and honestly, they've acted more like friends and brothers to me than any cis straight man ever fucking did. So to all those fucking TERFs up there, scratching their crusty, mouldy arses. My name is Helena Grace Swindles Abbott. I'm 23 years old. I'm a lesbian and I do not fucking claim you. You do not speak for lesbians. You do not speak for gays. You do not speak for butchers. You were never there for us. You were never fucking there for me. You're like my fucking mother. My mother's a Tory. My mother is a fucking Tory, and I know you're fucking around with those lot. You can suck my silicone dick.
Let's say it again, Glenn, yeah? So my name's Ellie, and this is my first time out of one of these things tonight. So I came out as trans at the beginning of last year. I've known about it since I was fucking 16, and I was always too fucking scared to say anything. But I'm saying now, I am not fucking scared anymore! My mum and my dad brought me up to respect everyone, to love everyone, and to treat everyone with respect. You don't speak for my mum, you don't speak for my dad, you don't speak for fucking anyone! The Solid do not care about you, the police do not care about you, and these certainly don't give a fuck.
streets!
Tear scum off our streets!
Tear scum off our streets!
Get the fuck out of my city! Hi, it's me again. Strategically, I just wanted to mention that there is a fire exit at behind the building, so you know they're quite snake-like creatures, aren't they? So they have a habit to slip out the back. So just in case you see some of us directing ourselves over that way, they're probably slipping out the back. Another thing I wanted to raise is I was just wondering what. Excuse me, hi. I was wondering why you're here and what your motives are, because you were with the right-wing streamers, and I had a check on your comments, the comments section of your stream.
I don't control the comments.
No, I know, but I'm just wondering why you have that audience. I read comments like, oh, these people are insane, oh, these people need to get a reality check, oh, these... So what, I'm just wondering... Oh, that's fine, babe, because I am a drama queen. Trans lives matter to you, trans lives matter to your audience, and...
I can't control what the audience thinks, but yeah.
You can control your audience. You can control your audience, because don't tell me lies.
Stop making content, now fuck off.
Exactly. Stop making transphobic content, how about that?
Can get fucked. Right-wingers fucking do one. Scouts fancies. Right-wingers can fucking do one. The
I think what's important in this process is that we have people's individual lived experiences.
Come and speak to me if you want to speak to me.
For example, on the 18th of January I was made homeless by my family, yeah? And who had my back at the trans community of Manchester? They give me a place to sleep, a place to eat. They give me a community to go to, have people to care about and live with. I will not stand here amongst these white middle class feminists and try to claim out anything to do with my life.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
To Manchester as an intersectional individual, as someone from the gypsy community. It's again trans people who have my back. It's again our community that have our back. It's not enough as allies just to come here tonight and then leave. Trans rights are a consistent effort. It's about challenging your mates, your friends, everyone in your life. It's not just about coming here, waving a sign and going home. You've got to be here to trans. Because I see on the streets of Manchester how people speak to my friends, the comments, the looks, the transphobia every damn day. It's not enough to be silent and enable people in their blatant transphobia, so much so they can sit in seats and have coffees in a conference centre. It's ridiculous. The police are not our friends. The police are the people that come on our sites in my community on travellers and move us off. Liberation has to come for us all. It has to also be with everything else. Trans rights also has to include black rights, has to include gypsy and travel rights. I want to hear from people from the council estates, from working class backgrounds, queer people that come from the tables that built this movement on their backs. It's trans people that invented queer rights and LGBT rights. But now we can go to the next step.
So, excuse me again. So, I've got something for the trans people here. And I've got autism. And one of the things that I had to do to survive, because the world is kind of crappy, we live on Hate Island. And so, I had to do something, otherwise I'd drown in my own misery of other people causing my misery. And so here's my coping strategy. So I'm going to tell you the bad stuff, and then I'll tell you the good stuff, which just shows the difference. So I get the looks. I get, it tends to be older people who sort of frown and, you know, like, oh, that's not right or something. Every younger generation seems to be more accepting. But so you get that kind of thing. Then I've had, you know, like a couple of lads. Look. Or a group of people go by and then you hear laughter. Did you see that? And, you know, well, and the worst one I've had was in the town centre where I live, where I had a family go by and one of the women goes, oh, there's another she-he, loudly, as I walk by. And the thing is, with all these stabbings and things like that, all I have to do is do the sort of really face, and, you know, they get upset that I call them out on their bullshit. So, you know, and almost every time I go out, I wonder, is today the day when I get physically assaulted? I hope this doesn't happen. Fortunately, Manchester is a lovely, welcoming place. Now here's the good stuff. Good stuff always overrides the bad. So here's my coping strategy. So I basically created a points-based system. So I'm walking down the street, someone's walking towards me, she looks at me, I smile, she smiles back, there's a point. I go to somewhere like Boots, oh, your eye makeup for the first today. Well, they're experts, there's a couple of 100 points. My friend Jackie in America, she's like a puppy, you just want to squeeze her and hug her because she's just one little person. I post a picture, oh, Laurie, you look stunning today. Well, that's like 500 points of gush right there. So my best one though has been my bank. So I went in and I noticed one of the ladies started calling me Laura. She never used to use my guy name, so she was trying to make me feel comfortable. So I said, thank you very much, I appreciate that. You know? And she went, oh, you're quite welcome today, you're looking nice today. I said, oh, I'm not taking out of clothes and makeup. She said, no, you look beautiful. You tell a man. Thank you. You tell a man. You tell a man he's handsome. You tell a woman she's beautiful. To tell a trans woman beautiful, that means a hell of a lot. So that was like 1,000 points that day. So if you can imagine, I got 8,000 points of positive energy, and I get to, oh, there's no she-he. I might lose a couple of points because I feel happy for a few moments. But I can take a step back and say, yeah, but look, you've got 7,800 points of positive energy. The world is better than it is bad. And these people aren't going to stop me from enjoying my life. And every time surveyed, cis women are perfectly accepting of trans women. And trans people as a whole, of course. So these people are the minority, and they only speak for their minority. Most people don't care, or do care enough to be allies. We just need more people to be vocal allies, that's all. And can I just say one last thing, which is, all your support is like 5,000 points on my day.
Hello. I'm sorry that you've got another white cis male talking to you and telling you what to do.
Are you an ally?
I am very much an ally though. I'm a queer gay man, I'm a drag queen. And I had just a little thought, a couple of little thoughts. And I was just thinking the other day that the whole problem with transphobes is that they are going after a minority that can't support themselves. And how did this happen? How this happened is right-wing, straight, cis males set women against the only minority left. Well, not the only one, what am I talking about? One of the most marginalised minorities in the world. And when they should be fighting the fucking patriarchy. rather than focus on actual issues that matter to women, like the encroaching lack of abortion services, straight cis men in lesbian spaces, actual straight cis men in lesbian spaces, and on dating apps like fucking Graham Linehan. Yeah, fuck him. Instead of fighting for those things, and actually, wasn't there a little thing that happened last year? Oh wait, there were protests against the murder of Sarah Everard, who was murdered by a straight cis cop. You know, instead of all of these fucking things that they could be fighting for, and fighting with us, the queers, the marginalised, instead they're turning on us because it's the only way they can feel power. But I see power here today. I see love. I see community. I see hope, not hate. And I just think that we need to share that queer love. We need to share that trans joy. We need to share the love that we have for each other, the community that we have, support each other, support Black Lives Matter, support Black Trans Lives Matter, support trans youth, and not give a fuck about, ooh, are they doing a poo in the toilet? Ooh, I wonder what their genitals are. Ooh, no, fight the real fight. Don't fight against the most marginalised and disenfranchised part of our community. And that's all I want to say.
So apparently it's still very noisy in there when we're cheering, so I just thought for a couple minutes, let's scream, let's shout, let's like try and drown them out for a bit because it must be fucking annoying. I just kind of hate. J.K. Rowling is a cunt! 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 Turfs up our turf! 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 Trans
Trans love beats hate. 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 Trans love beats hate.
I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who come out tonight. Like, it was a very last minute protest. And I know a few people have dipped off by now, but at one point when we were coming down here, we had a fucking lot of people. More people than sat in there. And that'll always be the way. There's always going to be more people that support us than there are of them. Because the thing is, if you do go around this country, there are more and more people who do know trans people, who do have friends who are trans people. And although sometimes it's dark and it's scary and it's really shit going outside, and there are lots of wankers, things will change. People will get better. I mean, these guys won't change, maybe.
Marion Miller is the dog's dinner. Marion Miller is the dog's dinner. Marion Miller.
Oh yeah. Marion Miller is the dog's dinner.
Marion Miller is the dog's dinner. Marion Miller is the dog's dinner. Marion Miller is the dog's dinner. Marion Miller is the dog's dinner.
Women's place a hate group.
Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group. Women's place is a hate group.
Women's place is a hate group.
Women's place is a hate group.
Women's place is a hate group.
Can't see them, it's too
What do we
bright.
want? Trans rights. When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
You can have a conversation with me, have a conversation.
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want?
I'm guessing why you're covering up my camera. I'm guessing why you're covering up my camera. You want to talk about that?
Trans rights!
Do you want to talk about why you're doing this?
Oh no, I'm just showing them my sign.
Oh, that's fine then.
How many people have got watching?
Actually, don't tell me on the side.
What's your name?
TK
TK.
Protect trans youth! Protect trans youth! Protect trans youth! Trans lives matter! Trans lives matter! Black trans lives matter! Trans women are women! Trans women are women!
What kind of stream is it? What kind of stream is it?
Unbiased, I cover everything.
Unbiased?
Yeah.
Like what?
So I just don't give my opinion of the stream stuff.
Oh, you just document it?
Yeah.
What kind of audience do you have?
Okay, come on.
Mix of everything, because I cover everything.
What other stuff have you covered recently?
Went to Blackpool, the protest against the Tory Party conference.
Basis on colonialism.
What did I do
I would
before
like
that?
to speak as someone who grew up in
Do a lot of
in
stand-up to
Australia.
racism.
I grew up
Do a
with
lot
Indigenous
of
communities. Indigenous communities
Who else?
have and always have
Covered
had
the
in the
trans rights
60,000
protest at the
years
BBC
of their
after the
recorded
BBC
fucking
published the
history.
article.
They have
I've
had
also covered
brother
the
boys and sister girls.
anti-lockdown stuff, and then like Tommy Robinson and then the counter protest as well on the same day, so I covered both of them. So yeah, I just covered a
They
bit
have
of everything.
existed for 60,000 years. They existed before colonialism. They existed before.
So yeah, I can't control the audience. I have a thing where I don't censor, I encourage debate, so if you want to go on and debate with them, feel free, I won't censor you. TKE Media.
This one
And
here.
grew up with an Irish
Yeah.
Catholic grandmother who also grew up with Indigenous people. I have always known trans women are women, trans men are men, non-binary people are valid on their identity. If my 80-year-old Irish Catholic grandmother
Still not managing it.
respects that, I don't understand what those cowards there welcoming to everyone.
There's no laws against blocking a stream.
We want white people who are not of that and want to call themselves punk.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. I know a song that'll get on your nerves, and this is how it goes. I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Why are you touching with the camera? Whoa, whoa!
Step back a little bit.
Get your fucking camera off my face. Don't touch me!
I'm just making sure that no one gets hurt, right?
Grab it my arm and just lock it my face.
Don't grab it now, please.
I didn't, he put his arm on my camera, so I moved his arm off my camera.
I just asked you to don't alright? I don't have to remove you.
I'm not, you've seen it from the very beginning. I've said you can come have a conversation. I've very nicely explained it to what now. How long have you been working in protest? So, no, like all protesters around Manchester. So you've seen me at most of them. So these are just first timers who don't have a clue what they're really doing. How many protests have you been? How many protests have you been in the last year? I've been every single left-wing protester last year. No, documented to everyone. I can't hear you.
What are your comments saying now? Should have a look.
Shame on you! Shame on
Same
you!
comments as
Generally,
before.
you decide at the end of the time what you're screaming to. There are people insane.
Read the bottom one.
Dear,
I have people from both sides. I encourage debate.
There's one person there.
So there's
really-
one other person saying other shit.
So why are you why are you giving a platform to those people?
I'm not giving a platform to anyone. I'm encouraging debate. How are you going to change someone's mind without debating them? How are you going to change someone's mind? I've been to every single protest in Manchester in the last year.
So you make money out of...
I've made a bit, yeah.
Strongly held beliefs.
Yeah, I'm a journalist. That's what journalists do.
You're not a real journalist.
Yeah, I am. I've been published in BBC. I've been published in National Express. I've been published in Yahoo News, MSN. I've been published in the Daily Mail. I've been published in the Sun. I've been published in Sky News. You want me to carry on listing them? The AP, Vice.
Calm it down. If I don't like something, I would say
I've been more protest than all of you. Yeah. I'm not here to support any protester cover. I'm unbiased. It's the point of journalism. What? A journalist isn't supposed to give their opinions. No, but I can't give it whilst I'm live. If you talk to me after the protest, I'll give you my opinion. When I'm not live. No, because it's still going on.
Trans lives matter! 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 We're on the right side of history, and we will beat these tough scum! We will win!
Fuck J.K. Rowling!
Fuck J.K. Rowling, she can get the fuck!
Hello! Yeah. So I'm speaking for all the trans autistic people there. They're fucking fine as fuck, and fuck everyone in there that says that we know.
I'm from Pakistan and I support gays. Support gays and so support LGBT all these organizations. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Where I can find this video?
At TKE Media. Facebook and YouTube.
Let me take a picture.
Only on YouTube at the minute. I'm banned on Facebook at the minute.
No, I'm taking a PK.
Yeah.
This picture. So that's the channel, yeah? At
Yeah.
TKE.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
I'm not bothered.
I've just subscribed.
Yes!
Thank you.
Trans autistic people,
Right. can't tell whether you understand what I was saying or not. Like, you get what I'm saying, a journalist don't give their opinion if they're an unbiased journalist. I just give it to the give it after when...
We're here and we're clear. 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 We're here and we're clear.
By the way, guys, you probably noticed a few more cops just came by. Be careful, as tempting as it is, try not to antagonise them because they might, you know, look for you. I think a lot of us here will be quite visibly pulled in and they might, you know, try and snatch you after. So make sure if you're leaving here in a group. Do not leave here alone. If you have any concerns, come and come and, you know, speak to one of the people that's been speaking a lot tonight. Because, you know, we've got people looking out for everyone and stuff. So yeah, just hit us up. And quickly on the point there, where we're talking about autistic trans lives matter. Obviously, Women's Place UK seem to be very, very, very focused on trans feminine people and the effect that they will have. But it's important to shout out that how incredibly ableist gender critical ideology is in erasing the identity of non-binary and trans-masculine people who they perceive as cis women who have autism and are confused about their identity, which is a lot of ableist gaslighting and one of their big narratives. So let's just give them a fuck you for that.
You do not speak for us. You do not speak for us. You do not speak for the people of the...
Shame on you! 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 Trans rights and human rights! 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 Trans rights and human rights!
Hi everybody! Hi, Dr. Paul! This is actually a message for the people upstairs. So if you can hear me, I actually pity you. Because for the simple reason, if you can't love people for who they are, how the fuck can you love yourselves? How the fuck can you look at yourselves in the fucking mirror in the morning? Time for a wake-up call.
That way!
Hi, just want to say, I don't know if anyone's seen the news already, I've worked with that, but Graham Linehan today has said everyone in his life has left.
Five steps to make yourself look bad.
Indeed it was. But it does prove a very important fact that even though these people claim to speak for all women,
claim to speak for the scientific crowd, claim to be standing up in favour of biology. It seems that no one around him actually gives a fuck about what he says. Including his wife and his kids, and the directors of the shows, his ex-wife. Very important, and that is a very important fact. Fascists will always destroy themselves. Fascism is fundamentally yes.
Fuck yourself all day and break his leg.
TERFs and gender criticals are fascists, and if they're pretending they're anything else, they are kidding themselves. They do not realise, or the vast majority of them do not realise, they are just being used by the far right. Hypocrites, exactly. They don't stand up for women, they don't stand up for gay people. Of course, once trans people are being critical, it is the gays going next, it is the women at the back, and it is fucking...
Go the fuck home! Leave us
Women's place of cowards!
Women's place of cowards! Women's place of cowards!
You're literally not even showing up on camera.
Give me that.
You're not allowed to touch me.
My apologies. There you go. Have I done such a please love in it?
I'm a little bit taller, let me help.
Oh, thanks so much.
Best day of my life.
Oh my god, I've got work, but I'm
You roll any days?
Jan's getting tired. Would you not rather have a conversation with someone rather than shutting them down?
I mean, what do you got to say? Absolutely.
Tell that to the TERFs.
Tell it to the TERFs watching.
Babe, oh my god,
Tell what? Whatever you want to say to them. That's the full point of my channel.
Can you grab it, please? On the back of my head. What's going on? My glasses.
I don't think I've got on your head. Content personally bad.
This way. Trans people are going to be actively violent. We don't like them.
Jesus.
We're here, we're queer, and we're trans without fear. We're here, we're queer, and we're trans without fear. We're here, we're queer, and we're trans without fear. We're here.
It's ridiculous to take this.
Yeah, no,
you want to listen, you want to raise their voice.
They don't want to talk to me, so if they'd spoke to me, they'd understand why I cover it. So.
Fueling hate speech, he's given a platform to hate speech, so why he claims he's a journalist with like no opinions, and then off his camera he says he supports the cause.
I think it doesn't just really ironic
but at the same time he's fueling hate speech, so
why?
No, I'm fueling debate.
Like, identifying queer people, fuel hate crimes.
How do you change someone's opinion without speaking to them?
Pardon?
How do you change someone's opinion without speaking to them?
They don't want to speak to us.
Engage with them.
No, you're fueling hate speech, you're fueling hate crimes, you're making queer people identify and putting them at risk.
I'm not making anyone do anything.
You fuel hate crimes, and you say you support the cause, when clearly you don't, because if you supported it, you won't be given a platform.
I've been a lot more processed than you.
Crime.
I've never seen you at a single one.
It's because I organised them.
Yeah, sure.
I
seen you in Blackpool, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you saw me in Blackpool, but I didn't see you.
Exactly, because I don't engage with people. I do not give my opinion, never have, never will.
Oh, you did earlier.
Yeah, off camera, I give my opinion off camera. I get plenty.
Shame on you!
Trust me, it won't. Why are you allowed to be here?
Because I'm actually fighting.
Right, I'm reporting on it. Shame on you!
Sorry, wanker! 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 Sorry, wanker!
Anyway, so I just want to point out something.
Leave him.
Oh my God! He's pulled my thing out my lead, out my thing, and then so that you don't see, you stood on it purposely so that.
Right,
You get what I mean?
Yeah. My advice would be stop trying to get right in front of it. Stick to the outside.
I shouldn't have to, and my hat's on the floor. Do you go get it if I'm not allowed in now? Should be on the floor somewhere around there. He was stood on my portable charger, you muppet. Thank you, mate. Right.
You okay?
Right. Can I explain to you? He was stood on my portable. He's pulled my portable charger out of my pocket and then he stood on it. I don't know whoever pushed to get them off it.
You know, I don't know what happened.
Trust me, I've been to hundreds of left-wing protests. I've never had these problems before. You can speak to any of the organisers, thanks to racism, UNICEF.
Yeah, but they found that you found it uncomfortable, and that's why, you know, and you're trying to get in and try and circumvent.
You're just basically doing guilty by association. You're just basically doing guilty by association. Because I know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
That's a valid opinion to have.
Because I've met someone who
and also
reported.
not to have trust of the media when the media organisations around the world are continuing to pump out, you know, propaganda.
So you don't shut down someone who's trying to report on it unbiasedly.
Why? How do we know you're going to report on it?
Because I've not said a single thing to anyone.
But the thing is, we're here and you're trying to circumvent us, trying to
shut me down.
Well,
yes,
yeah.
I am. Because I've been to every single left-wing protest in the past 2 years. So I feel like I can record this without it. No, well, I don't care, to be honest. Because you're antagonising me. Do you get what I mean?
That's the attitude that has got, you know, people getting angry with you. That's why.
I ain't getting angry with people because they're trying to shut me down. So it's egg and chicken and the egg, innit? So let's all just leave each other alone. I won't speak to you, you don't speak to me. I'm going to report on your protest.
I was like, what is
and leave it at that.
What is the point?
Because I've been doing it for 2 years with no problems.
Why are you doing it? I don't understand. What are you doing it for? What's the purpose?
Because I'd like to report on shit.
Okay. Yeah, but
I've got 10,000 followers on Facebook, 1,000 on YouTube.
I mean, why does it have to be this? You know, why protests? What is it about protests?
Why do you protest?
No, I know I protest and protest.
You protest to get your word out there. I'm going to amplify your words.
Exactly. How do we know that?
What?
I don't know. So is that your aim? Your aim is to amplify.
I amplify everyone's and break down echo chambers.
So you amplify everyone's.
Yeah.
So what's the point? What's the point of your job if you amplify
everyone just speaks to their own crowd and never speaks outside the bubble, and everyone's just going further and further this way and further this way. Everyone needs to just calm down and come into the fucking middle.
And do you think? Well, that's your opinion.
No, it isn't. It's
your opinion.
It's what I've seen. I've been attacked by the far right. I've been attacked by conspiracy theorists. I've been attacked by football hooligans.
Okay.
And this is the first time I've been attacked by the left wing.
I think one of our friends found you uncomfortable.
I've been attacked by the police.
I'm very sorry for that. I'm sorry. I just think, you know, one of our friends found it really uncomfortable because
one of your friends knows someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Well, that is a valid
opinion. What I mean?
That is
and then they're going to try and get me to leave them with it.
Are we supposed to? I don't know you. I trust him. He's part of my community.
You
do you not understand the difference?
Do you not understand what I'm seeing when I see, oh, because you know him who knows him who knows him, you can't be at this protest. No, I've been at every protest for 2 years in Manchester.
But that wasn't the reason why people were uncomfortable.
I don't care why people are uncomfortable. They're trying to get me to leave, so I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable in return, because they're making me feel uncomfortable.
If you really felt uncomfortable, you'd leave.
No, because I should be able to report, and I reported all the way through lockdowns and everything, because there's the freedom of the press in this country. And you're calling me fascist when you're trying to shut down a reporter.
If you'd actually just explained a little bit more about what
I did. I've explained to every person who's willing to come up to me.
It wasn't enough, and I thought you would have taken the hint as well.
No, I'm not going to take hints and go, because I don't have to leave.
I know you don't.
Right. At this time, I'm arresting
No.
you for a breach of the peace. Alright, so you don't have to say anything. May I have your
Just grab my bike.
questions.
I'm going to walk with her, just grab my bike.
Okay.
It's that red one that's on the kickstand, no chain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's no chain on it.
Will
Yes,
you just
please.
stand over here for me?
You know this is unjust. You're just getting me to
I'm just
leave.
gonna. No. At the end of the day, it's been alleged that you've committed common assault against someone by shoving them. All right. Could I please have a van to Major Street, please? We've just got one adult male
That one there.
arrested Bob.
It's just literally by the side of the building there. It's a red and black one. It's an electric bike. It's got a coat
On the
onto
other
it.
side of the protest, the opposite end of Princes Street, so the Chorlton Street side. At the end of the day, it's been alleged that you've assaulted
Can
someone.
I allege criminal damage to that same person who's alleged that to me, please?
Okay, yeah. If you'd like to make a counter allegation, that's
Yes.
by all means. Can you identify which gentleman it was?
Whoever reported that.
Can you describe him to me?
Only the victim can report a common assault. So whoever's reported that is the same person that I've pushed.
Can you describe it though? Can you describe this individual?
No,
So am I
'cause
able to identify?
I seen his
them?
shoes, and I seen that he was refusing to move when I asked him to move. So I've given him a little nudge so I can get my portable charger. I've not even got one of them
How do you
back.
lift the stand
I've just got the lead.
Right.
I've not even got the actual portable.
How do you lift the stand?
It's a kickstand, so you just give it a look.
You know what, I'll just leave it. I'll stand it for the time being.
Yes. What is your home address and your details, please?
One sec, let me mute this.
Yeah, officer, you don't have to.
you are campaigning for the...
Warn me if you're going to say personal details because I'm muted.
Okay, I'm just going to speak to you around any kind of ongoing investigation. Hello, comms cut me off there. Did you, do you want to go with him, James?
Yeah, I think it's probably for this guy. No?
They're going troll in the street, apparently. Will you check?
If you are taking me to the station, can you at least take me to the
We're
headquarters?
not going to the station. You'll get dropped home.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sweet. This is not a ride home.
Pardon?
Can I wants us as soon as we're sorted, didn't say why.
Okay. Whoa.
There we go.
Do you mind just James just staying there now? You're in club, so you can't get 4, isn't it? So it's better for me to say you go in the van, you have to get all your property off you, so and put it in the back.
Okay.
You won't be able to have any of that with you.
Standing it up.